Alyssa, are you a junior?
I'm a senior.
What?
What?
Normally, when I do this to Cameron, she's all like, I'm a junior, and I laugh at her.
I have no privileges in it. Yeah.
Exactly. Wait, senior privileges?
Yeah. Isn't that where you get to leave early?
Wait, I don't know, because I switched out of my study hall to be in another video production class.
So what are you supposed to do if you have first period study hall?
You get to come late, I guess.
That's a thing?
And you get to leave early if you have eighth?
I guess, but what about, I have a friend that has fourth period.
Wait, I'm so confused. Mr. Smallwalk knows, I think.
Yeah, we should ask him.
Let's go check it out.
Hi, I'm Mike Berkowitz, talking to Mr. Schmalbach about the senior privilege. So, to start off, what is senior privilege?
Well, senior privilege is something we started when Keystone exams started as an incentive to get people to do their best. We figured, you take this test, maybe we can give you something. So, the senior privilege is, the biggest part of it is the ability to, excuse me, come in late or leave early if you have a study hall, first or eighth period, or second or seventh on block days, and got the requisite passing scores in all three of the Keystone exams. So what we do is we identify those students, then there's some attendance and grade things we look at, and then they get that privilege.
All right, so what makes you eligible for senior privilege?
Well, like I said, the Keystone exams is the first hurdle. So we look initially at anyone who passed with a proficient or advanced in all three areas. Then we look at their grades. So starting with mid-marks of the first marking period, then each marking period and in mid-marks until the end of the year as a continual eligibility thing. So you need to be passing everything. And then the other thing is attendance. So students who have missed 3 or more unexcused days or 3 or more unexcused latenesses would automatically be knocked out. We want people who are being responsible with their attendance and are coming to school.
Is there a way you can lose senior privilege besides
Well,
the absences?
Absences is one of them. So, they have to make sure that if they are out, that they're getting excused, getting notes in, not excessively late and things like that. And grades can put it on hold, essentially. So say, for example, the person in question failed something in the first marking period, they get it back up to passing by mid-March. The second marking period, we will reinstate it unless, again, something happens.
How many kids, on average, get senior privilege?
Well, the initial run this year, there were approximately, I'd say about 150 to 180 that were actually eligible. So that was really a nice number. But then that's going to get whittled down a little bit because not all of them have eligible study halls. So if you carry a full load of classes, then you're not going to have a study hall, which means I can't give you the privilege because there's no slot in your schedule to do it. Some of the people don't have the first, second, seventh, or eighth study hall. So for those who have a 3, 4, 5, or period 6 study hall, they can come to the library without having to get a pass. I know it's like kind of I think it's an awesome thing to have because libraries are cool. But, it's a little something that they can do. But unfortunately, we can't let them leave in the middle of the day and come back. So those are, what it is that they can do.
So senior privilege has already started, correct?
We had a meeting, there was a senior class meeting last Friday. Students who were eligible, had the slot and met everything, got a note in their first period classes on Friday to stay after the senior meeting, and we had a little meeting with just them, giving out their permission slips because they have to sign that they agree to what's on it. Their parents have to sign to give them the permission to come in later, leave early. And then we discussed what it is that's expected of them. You have to sign in or sign out in the attendance office. They're going to track attendance that way so that it's entered correctly and so people aren't being marked absent unnecessarily. And, so they have to follow certain rules. So that's one other thing that could lose you the privilege is if you're not doing the things you're supposed to, like signing in and out properly.
Is there anything you want to add about senior privilege?
Well, we're glad that so many students had the opportunity. The schedule in the building can be a limiter to this because particularly with seniors, because there's certain classes that there may only be one section of, and it could happen to be first or eighth period, which will make some limit. But we had, almost 100 kids that had eligible study halls, a lot of them that had eighth period. So I know a lot of seniors are very excited about having that privilege. And then there may actually be a second run of privilege going into students who have been working on project-based assessment classes and getting those finished. Like once they're done, then they've satisfied their Keystone requirement, then we can start looking at that too. So there's still some students that may even be added after this fact. But it's a nice thing to be able to do for performance that's done such a nice job with getting our school performance profile number up so high, and just job well done.
All right, I'm Mike Berkowitz talking to Mr. Schmalbach about senior privilege, and back to the Eagles Eye.